I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. Okay, yo, welcome back to another night of BrandU, Brand University. Y'all, I'm gonna get us some intro music because it'd be real quiet when I sit in this chair. But welcome back to another night of BrandU. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes. But while I do that, I want you guys to know that if you're new here, welcome in. And if you're coming back from our previous nights, welcome back. Tonight, we are going to be covering marketing and branding. As you know, our schedule is as follows. Monday nights, we do foundations. Tuesday night, we do content. Wednesday night, which is last night, we did offers and sales. Thursday, we go over marketing and branding. And Friday, we get a live Q&A. All right. Also, don't forget that our service-based business survival guide is our ebook for BrandU. It's only $10 if you want to grab it. You can shoot me a DM, the word ebook, and I'll send you the link to grab it. But it literally has templates for everything that we'll be going over. Let me see. Okay, so tonight. Also, if you missed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the replays are available on YouTube, and then I'll be posting up clips over the next few weeks on a Nyla Fulton clips page. But if you want to access them now and get some of that information to catch up, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is available on YouTube. My YouTube is at Nyla Fulton. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notifications so that you can get access to these live trainings with me, okay? And this is specifically for service-based businesses. All right, so welcome back to BrandU. Tonight is going to be marketing and branding, and I actually want to start by recapping last night. Just for the people that are new, let's go ahead and recap what we went over last night. Also, if you hear my mic do a little it may sound like this. If you hear that, it's okay. That way you know I'm not AI. Okay, that's how we're gonna look at it, because sometimes my hair will hit the mic and then it'll like and that's okay. This is a live video. This isn't AI, it's me. So last night we went over offers and sales. We went over offers, just having an intro offer for your service. So whether that be an ebook, a consultation, a PDF, a community, a newsletter, that should be free all the way up to $19.99. It shouldn't surpass this. This isn't really for income. This is just to get people into your funnel, right? Because your content is going to be the front end. That's going to be the first thing they see. Then you want to link in your bio. Your link in your bio is going to be this one-time offer, and you're going to send them to a landing page that you can build on Shopify, ClickFunnels, whatever you want to build it on, you can build it there. After that, we have this together. We want to make sure we have our intro offer, which is going to be tier 1. Then we want to upsell them to our main offer, which is going to be one of our services. Then we want to upsell them to a package, which is tier 3, and that's going to either be like a membership or different things that you could sell them on. Go back, check out last night to kind of go over all of that. Tonight, I'm going to erase this board. So if you don't got it already, I'm so sorry, because it's leaving right now. And tonight we're going to be going over marketing and branding. And you know what? I hate when the board doesn't erase all the way. Okay. I want to go ahead and start with something that's literally going to save you years. A lot of entrepreneurs don't have a marketing problem. They have a brand problem. And marketing, when people think about marketing, they think, okay, if I put ads behind this post, it's automatically going to get me leads and sales and all things of that nature. But if the post already doesn't convert organically and you haven't tested it organically, then why do you think put marketing dollars behind it is going to make it convert any better if it already isn't converting? Now, when we think about branding is helping people understand your brand, I'm sorry, that was terrible. Branding is more so making sure that your brand is clear. Marketing is going to be the magnifier for that, and it's going to project it out so more of your target audience can see it, if that makes sense. So ad dollars are just going to make sure more of your target audience can see what you're already posting or already attracting clients with. So if you've ever said anything like, I need to post more, or I need to run ads, or I need better marketing, drop one in the chat. I'm talking to you today because that's very normal. And tonight we're going to fix the root issue of us needing to have a clear brand before we start marketing. Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and write our topic on the board for the night. Okay, so tonight we're covering marketing and branding. Branding is going to be the perception and marketing is going to be the distribution. Okay? Perception versus distribution. Branding is going to answer the question of who you are, what you do, who you help, what you're known for, and why it matters. Do I need to repeat that? I'm going to repeat it one more time. Branding is going to tell you what you do, who you are, who you help, what you're known for, and why it matters. That is what branding is going to cover. Marketing is going to be helping you with where people find you, how frequently they see you, how your message spreads, things of that nature, right? Because that's going to be more so our ads. So the simplest way to remember it is that branding is your message and marketing is the megaphone. Branding is your message, marketing is the megaphone. So okay. So, branding and marketing. Branding is perception. Marketing is distribution. Branding is your messaging. Marketing is your megaphone. So, if your message is unclear, then the megaphone will never help because no one understood what you were saying in the first place. So, you making it a little bit louder so the people in the back can hear it doesn't make it any clearer than it already was. So, we need to fix our branding problem before we start to market our brand. Okay? So, tonight, that's what we're going to be working on. And I want you to know that when someone lands on your page, in the first 5 seconds, they should know what you do, who it's for, and why it matters. They should know these 3 things. We covered how to fix that on Monday in Foundations. So we're not going to go back on that. Like I said, if you need to go back on another video, it's on YouTube. You can go watch it. It's there, right? So a lot of service-based businesses right now, the industries are crowded. There are a lot of hairstylists. There are a lot of, there are a lot of cosmetologists. There are a lot of estheticians. There's a lot of plumbers. There's a lot of electricians. There's a lot of everything right now because everyone is trying to make that jump over into owning their own thing. And then you're jumping into an industry. You're stepping into a conversation that's already happening, right? So we want to be able to step into that conversation and understand the conversation before we start to speak, right? And that's where our market research comes in. And obviously we're not going to be doing any market research today, but industries are crowded. That's the point I'm trying to get because there are so many service providers, right? And most of these service providers are just copying each other. They all sound the same. The same tone, the same words, the same aesthetics, the same colors. If you see a hairstylist, their colors are probably pink, right? Most hairstylists, pink and black. That's the website. And when the market looks too similar, people default to price. When they're choosing a service provider, they default to price, convenience, and whoever feels the most familiar and whoever has the clearest next step. So if it's easy for me to book with you, or if I trust you fully, then I'm just going to go ahead and book because everybody's really providing the same service, right? So this is why a lot of people are talented and still struggle to grow their business because of these problems. It's oversaturated. And when it's oversaturated, people go to what's familiar, right? We want you to become that familiar face. You have to become that familiar face in your industry. So if this is something that you've been struggling with lately, go ahead and drop a yes in the chat. If you feel like you're very talented, but you're just kind of struggling with the getting new clients and the whole business side of things, that's why we're here tonight. Okay? So tonight we're going to be covering something that's called USP. And this is going to be our unique selling proposition. Okay, we're going to be covering our USP tonight. And a USP is not, oh, you have great customer service, or you're high quality, or you're luxury, or you're affordable, or I care about my client. That's not your USP. That's not what makes you unique. We want to know, when we're building our USP, what makes us unique in our already oversaturated industry. What makes us different, right? So the best way that I can define a unique selling proposition is the clearest reason a specific type of person chooses you fast. Emphasis on fast, because if they don't choose you, they're going to choose somebody else, and it's going to be fast, right? If I need a hair appointment for my vacation and I know all the hairstylists are going to be booked up during that time, I'm going to go ahead, book an appointment based on price and who's familiar, and I'm going to make that decision fast, right? So this is the one thing, like, that's going to make you stand out from the crowd. Basically, what is going to make you stand out from the crowd, and what's going to make a client make a decision fast, and what's going to make them choose you. That's going to be your unique selling proposition. Once we figure this out, then we can easily market you. That's the easy part. I promise that's the easy part. But the problem with most people in marketing is they never set aside a marketing budget. That's why most small businesses stay small, because they don't have a marketing budget. But your unique selling proposition is going to make your client think, okay, this is exactly what I need. I need to work with them, right? And the 4-part framework I'm actually going to use for y'all today. And I don't know if I have room to write it on my board. I'll try. Okay, yep, let's do it. I help blank with problem by using I'm sorry if this is not legible, my bad. Anyways, I should have wrote this down before, but I wanted to give y'all an overview of what we went over yesterday. So they can without. Okay, I know there's a lot of blanks here, so I'm going to help you fill them in. I help who? Person, specific person. I help who with specific problem by using whatever method you use or system so they can goal or outcome without fear. Let me explain this a little bit further. You should be able to say your unique selling proposition in one sentence. So you should be able to say, I help women with losing weight by using whatever method or system you use. I help women with breakage by using the keratin method so they can have healthy hair without without it taking 2 years. That's your unique selling proposition. That's what makes you unique. Now you're not just a hairstylist. You're a hairstylist that helps women with breakage, and you're using a specific method, and you're doing it exactly this way. And it's a measurable outcome because it doesn't take 2 years. It takes maybe 3 sessions. So now you are unique. Now you have something that makes you different from everybody else in your market. So now, I really want to help you build yours. So we're going to start with the who first, right? So instead of saying, so we're starting here. We're starting here with the person. I help who? Step one. I want you to take notes. Who do you help? Most people say I help people, or I help women, or I help small businesses, or I help clients. That's not a buyer. A buyer is more specific. If you say I help women, you know how many women there are in the world? Or small businesses, you know how many small businesses there are in the world? That's not specific. Or, for example, me, I help service providers. You know how many service providers there are in the world? I help service providers who need help with marketing and branding. And that need to get more clients into their business. But I digress. Anyways, I help clients. That's not a person. So we want to be more specific. So some examples of this could be, and I'm going to list out all the examples that I wrote down for y'all today. Some of these examples could be, I help busy women who need low maintenance hairstyles. Or I help women I help women with acne scarring who feel insecure without makeup. Or I help new service providers who can't explain their offer. Or I help former athletes who want to get back in shape without feeling embarrassed. Or I help bride-to-be clients who want a stress-free beauty plan. So I help who? You want to figure out your who. Your UPS is going to start with who you're solving that problem for. Your USP is going to start with who you're solving that problem for. So I want you to figure out who you're serving, okay? Next, we're going to go into the problem, right? I help who? Women who want to, women who have just had children with problem. What is the problem that you're solving? What problem are you solving? Your client is paying for a service, but they're also paying for a result. They're paying for a problem to disappear. They're paying for your help with something, right? So if you're, for example, if you're doing a wig or a weave install on a client, you're not helping them with the install. You're helping them feel confident and not really have to worry about their hair, right? Or if your client is coming to get a facial, you're not helping them with a facial. You're helping them with their skin. You're helping them with their dark spots. You're helping them stop breakout before they go on that vacation that they're about to go on. If you're coaching clients, you're not helping them with branding. They don't care about branding. You're helping them with getting clients consistently, because branding equals getting clients consistently. If you're a personal trainer, you're not helping people with weight loss. You're helping people with confidence. These are the things you have to think about when you're thinking about the problem. What are you helping them with, right? So when you think about the problem, I want you to think about, what did your ideal client complain to their friends about? Is it their dark spots? Is it their breakage? Is it their, let's see, is it their nails? What is it? What do they complain about? That is the problem you're solving. Next, we want to get into our method. Boop, boop, method or system, right? And this is all part of the USP. I help blank with problem by using what method, right? So the method is where most service providers need help. Okay? That's just what it is. The method is how you do it differently. What process do you use to serve your clients? If it doesn't have a name, give it a name. It could be the most generic method. Give it a name. It's going to make you unique from everybody else. What steps do you use? What is your approach? What are your standards? What is your process? That is going to be the method. Give it a name. That is your method. A method is going to make you memorable for a client. Like, oh, the keratin method. Y'all know the keratin method. Or the finger cool method. How did you achieve that style? Oh, I did finger cool method. Give it a name. For examples, like you could say, this is a 3-step silk press maintenance method to keep your silk press lasting long. Or the skin reset protocol to help you have clearer, healthier skin. Or the 45-minute strength blueprint. I'm teaching you how to get workouts in 45 minutes. Lose weight in 45 minutes a day. Or the booked and branded framework. That could be just you helping people get booked in their business. Whatever service you provide, create a method for it. Whatever system you provide, that's your system. It's unique to you. I can guarantee you people don't do it the way you do. My friend Aaliyah that does my wigs, she does a really great job. She does it differently than the lady that used to do my wigs. That is her method. I like her method. I like the old method, but she doesn't do hair anymore. So these are just the types of things. But if you don't name your method, you're going to sound like everybody else, and now you're not unique in this already oversaturated market that we've talked about, right? Because there are so many people that do what you do. Why are you different? Why should I choose you? When I'm making a quick decision, I'm looking at price and I'm looking at who's familiar. Make it make sense. Okay? So what is something that you do that your competitors don't do, or that maybe they do but they don't emphasize in their content, they don't emphasize to their clients? What is something that you do? Maybe you speed without rushing through it, but you get it done in an efficient manner. Maybe you do knotless braids and you get them done in 3 to 4 hours. Most people take 8. That's different. Or maybe you have an aftercare system that you provide to your clients. Maybe it's something that you give them. That's unique. Maybe you walk them through step by step what they're going to get. That's education during their service. That's unique. These are just some of the examples, like some of the things that you could talk about that help with your unique selling proposition. And again, I'm glad I wrote this on the board. I help person with problem by using what method, name it, so they can have what goal. So let's move on to the next part. Goal, fear removal. So they can have what goal or outcome without what fear. Okay, let's talk about that. The outcome is not having healthy hair. The outcome is not having glowing skin. The outcome is not having more clients. The outcome is very specific. It should be measurable for them, right? Clear skin in 90 days with a plan you can follow. That's the outcome. Hair that lasts 2 weeks without redoing it. That's the outcome. A body that you can feel confident in by summertime. We got another outcome. Okay, so after you give them the outcome, then you want to remove the fear. You want them to be able to do it without being scared to do it, right? I can't wait till Friday so I can spray and erase this board because it's little marks on here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it bothers me. Okay, sorry. I went off on a tangent. But then you want to remove the fear because people hesitate when they're fearful, right? If you've ever had to buy something that cost a whole lot and you're like, oh, let's use AirPods for example, because Lord knows, well, I've only had 3 pair of AirPods and I've been using them since they came out, so that's a record for most people, right? But Lord knows you don't want to spend $400 on some AirPods and then you lose them. That is fear. So you know what Apple did? They got the big ones that go over your ears now, what they called. I forgot what they're called. But anyways, that was their solution. They took the fear away because now you can lose the small ones, but you ain't going to lose them big ones. And you're going to pay a little bit more for the big ones, right? They took the fear away, right? Common fears for people are like wasting their money, not getting results, choosing the wrong person to do the service, being pressured into buying something, or just not knowing what happens next, not knowing the process, right? So you want to remove the fear. And this one statement isn't going to do it. You're going to do it through multiple things like your content. You're going to build trust. You're going to maybe have a blog on your website. You're going to do a lot of things, right? So a strong USP reduces fear by being clear about exactly what they're getting. So without wasting your money, without spending 10 hours in the salon, whatever the fear is. Okay? So here's an example of a strong, unique selling proposition. I'm going to read it to y'all real quick. I help busy moms, person, keep their hair healthy and styled with my low maintenance silk press method. Put together every day. So they can feel put together every day without spending hours in the mirror. Okay, let's break this down, right? And do I have room at the top to... No, I don't. What do I have on the back of here? Let's flip. Let's flip. Actually, I'm not going to flip because I'd hate to break something. So you know what? We're not going to write it. We're just going to leave it alone. We're just going to identify it together. I help busy moms, that is our who, keep their hair healthy and styled. That is their problem. They have a problem keeping their hair healthy and styled. With my low maintenance silk press system, that is the system or method, so they can feel put together every day. That is the outcome, without spending hours in the mirror. Remove the fear. That is branding. Now you have a clear, put together brand, right? So, how do I know, like Anila, how do I know my unique selling proposition is strong enough? If you follow this method, for one, it's going to be very strong. Because you'll know exactly who. What did I talk about with y'all earlier this week? Who you help. What problem you solve. Why it matters. You're going to know all those things. But if somebody can come to your brand or come to your page, or you can tell this to somebody that knows nothing about you, nothing about your brand, and they understand it clearly, then it's strong. Or if it feels very specific, then it's strong. That's how you know it's strong. If someone can explain you to their friend, not you explain it to them. If someone can go to their friend and say, hey, my friend does this, they help this person, they do this, and they can explain it in like a sentence, then it's clear, right? If they can do that, you win, because we love a good referral. But when your brand is unclear, your ads don't do as well, because people don't understand what you do, right? Or your funnels don't do as well, because your funnel is going to be all over the place because you don't understand your brand yourself. So how can someone else understand it? And yes, branding is also colors. It's also font. It's also logos. It's all of these things. But this part matters first. And all those equally matter. But this is the part we're covering today. Unique selling proposition. And when your branding is unclear, posting a whole lot fails. Because people don't understand what they're getting when they come to your page. So, tonight, I want you to leave with this mindset. Marketing is not your starting point. Branding is. You need to understand I have a clear brand, right? You don't need to be louder about what you do with your megaphone. If y'all haven't noticed, I like writing on my board. But anyways, you need to have a clear message. You don't need to be louder. You need to be clearer about what you're doing, right? When your USP is strong, your content is gonna hit a little bit harder. Your sales are gonna be a little bit easier. Your price is gonna make more sense because you're gonna be able to justify it. And you stop competing with everyone else in your industry. You become one of the top in your industry because now you're working towards becoming the expert, right? You're positioning yourself differently. Speaking about price points, before I get into this, I saw a post on Threads the other day that said, this girl says she spent $5,000 on her camera, so people should pay her, be comfortable paying her prices because she spent $5,000 on her camera. And I kid you not, the comments ate her up. They ate her up because restaurant owner said, I spent $30,000 on my business and y'all only come spend $30 to eat. Should I charge y'all more? Like, what? Anyways, your price is going to make more sense when your branding makes sense. Not based on what piece of equipment you have, but I digress. Anyways, after we finish up today, I want you to ask yourself, can someone clearly explain what I do? Can they explain why I'm different? And can they explain who I'm for? Can they explain that to another person? If not, marketing is going to be very frustrating, but we'll get a little bit more into marketing. Probably not next week, but the week after. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about branding, about our colors, about our logos, about brand consistency, all the things. But like I said, if you missed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday we went over foundations, Tuesday we went over content, Wednesday we went over offers and sales, today we're going over marketing and branding. If you missed those days, they're available on my YouTube at Anila Fulton. You can go check them out there. I'll post this one up soon if you forgot to take notes, or if you want to go back and watch all of them together, it shouldn't take you long. I try to get y'all out of here in 30 minutes, and we're at 30 minutes right now, so that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping us up. If you haven't already, if you don't want to take notes, literally my ebook covers everything that we go over. And like when I say everything, I mean everything. And we literally talk about building your brand and differentiating yourself, and we have worksheets on it inside of the ebook. So if you want to grab that, send me the word ebook to my DMs, and I will send you I'll actually send you the first chapter for free. If you do that, I'll send you the first chapter for free, but I'll also send you the link to grab it. It's only $10, okay? And you get access to our community. So if you want to build this step by step, you can grab this and jump ahead of me, but you can also come on here. Also, tomorrow is Friday, so we do have office hours. It's going to be a live Q&A. So I want you to come on here, ask questions about your business, ask questions on things we went over this week. Just ask your questions. Bring your USP. I may allow some people to come on live with me, and we can look at things together. But if you learned something today, drop a 1 in the chat. I want to see that you learned something. If you have any questions, you can email me, BrandU@Anilafulton.com. And if you need anything, send me a DM, send me an email, send me the word ebook if you want the ebook, because we literally go over everything in it. Do I have anything else? YouTube, replays, drop my marker. I think that's it. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. I can't wait for live day to go over our Q&A. Okay. Bye, y'all.